Hello, we're Team Airey. We have been assigned to research into Taylor Airey. I am the customer. I will be responsible for the company's background, and Emmanuel for past projects, Pranat for finances, Dominic for desirable intern qualities, Natalia for the feedback from previous interns, and Miraf the conclusion. Also, we have Gaurav as our mentor. Taylor Airey is an engineering-based consultancy firm founded in 2015 by Phil Taylor and James Airey. They now have 19 people in the company. They mainly provide consultation services to various transportation agencies and companies, which is mostly in the train and civil aviation aspect. In the train aspect, they provide services such as train procurement, writing a train specification, and train design. In the aviation aspect, on the other hand, they provide services such as providing advice on terminal operation and advice on advanced navigation aids and flight scheduling. Some of their past clients are river and airport authorities across the UK. During our interview with Phil Taylor, one of the founders and director of Taylor Airey, he mentioned in the company ethic-wise, they work closely along with environmental protection and sustainability policies, in which in every single project he stressed on that quality is their key. In addition, they also have various anti-corruption, anti-discrimination and anti-bullying policies in order to provide a friendly working environment. A point to note is that with all I mentioned, Taylor Airey is a company with an utterly amazing reputation in the industry, no matter to the employees or to different clients. And I believe this is why the company is able to provide services to some major authorities and companies across the globe. In the following 10 minutes or so, my colleagues will be walking you through in detail our research results. And now I'll pass on to Emmanuel for past projects. Thank you.
Thank you, Taki. Taylor Airey has a lot of clients. Some of the clients for the aviation industry include Civil Aviation Authority of Singapore, Gatwick Airport, and Heathrow Airport. And some of the clients for the rail industry include Bombardier Transportation, Govia, and National Express. Some of the past projects that the placement students have worked on from the rail side are a review of the engineering changes done on the trains and analyze the effects, analyze failure points, mobilization support, testing new trains, and optimization by implementing small changes. The work that the placement students did was very involved into the project, and in some cases the student completed most of the project themselves. There was field work such as observation of the testing procedure to ensure that they carry out the test in the most optimal manner without compromising on safety. There was a lot of client work such as writing the contract and discussing all the details, presentation and verbal progress report. During and after the project, the student would have to write a detailed report for the client and sometimes for Taylor Airey. It is important to note that for the aviation industry, the placement students have worked on analyze and optimize the air traffic control and its procedures, analyze and optimize the flight schedule and their respective slots, analyze the effects that some changes might have and what those effects might be, suggest more optimal design for the car park, which will have to be tested in simulations. Some of the roles that the students had were a junior consultant working with the supervisor, analyst working with on the simulations, writing the report and communicating with the client. Students were not involved into the aviation sector as much as the rail sector. It is also important to note that the Taylor Airey focuses on the rail side more than the aviation side, and also on the aviation side they focus on the airport and its operation, not the aircraft themselves. Now I'll hand you over to Pranat for the finances. Thank you.
Thank you, Emmanuel. The accounts from recent years show a positive correlation between the time and the value of the company, which is supported by the financial information provided. Taylor Airey tripled the value of the company in just 2 years, which is an impressive figure considering they were only established in 2015, as my colleague Linklatsu mentioned. Trade debtors of the company as of 31st March 2018 is listed as £576,000. This is an opportunity cost for the business to invest in other aspects such as its employees or its technology, which in turn can generate more revenue for the business in the long term. One of the attractive features of a company is its net worth, as the net worth reflects the value and status of the company. The company has seen its net worth increase from £282,000 in 2016 to £931,000 in 2018, an increase of 328% in just 2 years. The data suggests that Taylor Airey is a fast-growing company and will continue to expand at a fast rate. The business doesn't have any current bank loans or overdrafts, thus it has low risk of going bankrupt, which is backed up by how liquid the company is. Liquidity is a measure of how quickly a company is able to convert its short-term assets to cash in order to pay off current liabilities. Current liquidity for the company as of 2018 is listed as 2.2. A liquidity figure of greater than 1 suggests that the business is liquid. In this case, Taylor Airey Limited is quite liquid. They have adequate short-term assets to cover for the short-term liabilities. Thus, employees don't have to worry about being made redundant, which I believe is another key benefit of joining Taylor Airey. From an employee's point of view, Taylor Airey Limited would be a desirable company to work for, given the financial growth and stability of the company. It would be exciting to join a fast-growing company with many financial packages and job security for its employees in the long term. Over to Dominic, who's going to discuss internships at Taylor Airey.
Thank you, Pranav. So, some of our project members paid a visit to Taylor Airey's offices and spoke with Phil Taylor, the founder and CEO of Taylor Airey. The group members that visited the offices for the interview asked some questions on my behalf with respect to what Taylor Airey looks for in an intern. Firstly, Taylor Airey only accepts greenhouse students, limiting the competition to your peers. The competition is fierce as Taylor Airey only takes on one placement student every year. Mr. Taylor informed my colleagues in response to one of my questions posed that last year approximately 20 people applied, and after screening CVs and cover letters he narrowed it down to 6 students who were later interviewed. The application process for Taylor Airey doesn't deviate much from other placement application processes, with the applicants sending in CV, cover letter and filling out an application form. Then the best applications go on to the next stage of the recruitment process. Having said this, what is it that Taylor Airey look for in the application process? Mr. Taylor said that the first and foremost thing that they look for is advanced social skills, as Taylor Airey is a consultancy firm. They need applicants who have experience talking to and interacting with customers. As a result of this, Mr. Taylor highly favours people with work experience, especially in the retail and hospitality sector, as this type of past experience guarantees you have some experience with talking to a range of different customers, allowing you to effectively interact with Taylor Airey's customers from the beginning. So, in summary, Taylor Airey is looking for a student who has public sector experience, good oral and written communication skills with average grades, but it is imperative that they have a strong desire to learn. I will now hand you over to Natalia, who will discuss intern interviews.
Thank you, Dominic. Phil provided the introductions to 3 Taylor Airey interns, Maxie, Ewan and Nisali, who is currently 2 months into her placement, who were kind enough to share their experiences. Why did they choose Taylor Airey? Both Maxie and Ewan applied to Taylor Airey not having a clear job idea in mind, but wanted a placement that allowed them to experience various projects and learn key new skills. Nisali wants to pursue a career in automotive consulting and thus wanted to experience this sector. What did students like and dislike? Nisali said that her favourite part of her placement is the Airey rail course that she has been enrolled in, allowing her to gain more sector knowledge to use in future projects. Maxie and Ewan said that their highlight was travelling abroad to Germany, allowing them to work in a new and exciting environment. They also said seeing a project they worked completed was an incredibly satisfying feeling. The main complaint given is that the placement leans towards the business management sector and customer service sector rather than hands-on engineering skills. Another student said at times it can be difficult to keep up with the more experienced team members, but the team is always willing to help. What are the salary and benefits of Taylor Airey? The average working week for an intern is 40 hours, however this can vary depending on each project. The company also provides additional benefits including a work laptop and phone, networking opportunities, social events and trips abroad. Students said they received bonuses for good performance such as a pay rise, increasing their salary to over £20,000. However, overtime is not paid. Do interns get graduate job offers? Both students who have completed their placements were offered a graduate job, and all students have considered returning to Taylor Airey. Maxie worked for 3 months as a graduate before moving to Norway, and Phil helped him find a job in Oslo. He is confident that he would still be with the company if he hadn't moved abroad. Ewan returned to do a placement over the summer, but declined a sponsorship as he wishes to keep his options open. but said Taylor Airey would be willing to employ him. Do past interns recommend Taylor Airey? Yes, they do. The students rated it as an 8, 9 and 9, giving Taylor Airey a strong 8.7 out of 10 from student feedback. Over to you, Mara, for the conclusion.
Thanks, Natalia. To conclude, Taylor Airey has attractive traits that would interest and be applicable to engineering students for them to apply for the year-long placement. As Pranav mentioned earlier, Taylor Airey have achieved an outstanding 328% increase in their net worth within just 2 years. This underlines their competence and capability in growth, as well as their stability in the market. However, with any business, there's always that risk or external factors that can be unavoidable and unpredictable to the company, such as political and legal environment. Taylor Airey is also admirable because of their use of networking and links for their employees. As Natalia mentioned earlier, Maxi moved abroad to Norway, and through the help and use of Taylor Airey networks, Maxi was able to find a job very swiftly. This can be beneficial for engineering students. If they are looking to keep their options open to further develop their career and widen their portfolio, they will have Taylor Airey to fully support them within their path. However, one disadvantage Taylor Airey consists of relates to how they are predominantly an engineering consultancy firm rather than a solely based engineering company. Service to their clients is valued, and this type of work replaces the traditional hands-on engineering experience students may be looking for in a placement. As Dominic stated earlier, Mr. Taylor favors retail experience and interactions with customers over grades. Not all applicants may have the level of experience Taylor desires, which may be discouraging to students. In the end, we as a group have come to a decision. We collectively believe that we, with all the facts considered, have agreed on for Taylor Airey to be, in fact, a suitable company for engineering students to apply for. With their ethics and outstanding achievements, we believe that they are more than capable in providing relevant experience to students and help further develop their engineering skills. And finally, we'd like to thank you for listening.